Buckle up, it's about to get real. Welcome to Uncut with Ashanti. I am your host, and I am thrilled to dive into the journeys of fascinating individuals from all walks of life. We'll explore their stories, their struggles, and their successes. The real talk you won't want to miss. Let's get into it. I just want to say good evening. Today, we're super excited to have the talented Zita Okore joining us all the way from Nigeria. Not only is Zita a passionate content creator, but she's also an integral part of our Get Money Meta Familia as an admin. When she's not creating engaging content or managing our community, she's hustling with her own business ventures. And let's not forget, she's an amazing mom, too. We're thrilled to dive into Zita's story, learning about her journey, and get inspired by her experiences. So, welcome to the show, Zita.
Thank you so much. I really love the intro.
Oh, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
You're welcome. I want to ask if you can share a bit about your background and how you grew up in Nigeria, and if you're able to just kind of tell a story about yourself a little bit so my listeners can get acquainted with you, the ones that don't know you.
Definitely. My name is Zita Okore. I'm the second child of six children. I am blessed to have my both parents, who, by the way, just celebrated their birthdays on the 23rd and 25th of this month. That is
Happy
on
birthday to your
Thursday.
parents.
Thank you so much. I'm a mom and I love business. I work hard and I partner with a company called Norland currently, and it has a sub company called VMAX. I'm a distributor for the company. Growing up in Nigeria, my amazing country, hasn't been, well, it hasn't been like a very pleasant one, but I mean, you can't complain wherever God decides to bring you from, right? You just have to cope with the place and understand your background and, grow inside of it. So, um, I wasn't born with a silver spoon. So I have my both parents who used to be civil servants. My dad used to work for the federal government and my mom used to work for the states, and they're both retired now. And somehow they just found a way to see us through school, all six of us. Um, so I have a university degree in linguistics and communications. Um, I speak Igbo. That's one of the languages we have in Nigeria. We have three major tribes, the Igbos, the Yorubas, and the Hausas. So I'm from the Igbo tribe, and just basically like, I don't know, we just grew up through nursery school, secondary school, university, and finally I am fending for myself, taking care of my girls and all of that. That's just like a nutshell of who Zita is.
Wow, I didn't even know that it was like tribal. Now I have even more questions, Zita. Look what you did. What? Now I want to know about the tribes, what the tribes are about, like how they practice, what they do. Oh, I got questions.
We have a lot of tribes though in Nigeria, but these are like the three major tribes. We still have like the Efiks, we have the Bibios, we have the Shekiris, we have like so many tribes.
Will you,
Nigeria is a very large country.
right? So, will you
Yeah.
go into details about your tribe and what they do, what they represent, what they mean?
Well, um, my tribe. Well, we've been. I don't like to talk about the evils natural because I didn't grow up in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
So, but considering how Nigeria is, the Igbos are considered to be um, the major minority. Let me put it that way, because they are one of the three major tribes, but they are not considered as the major tribes. So from history, they've been sidelined in so many ways. They are not allowed to govern. So we've never really had a president since independence come from the Igbo tribe. And currently, some of the Igbos, not all though, some of them they feel like they are not being given equal opportunity to do well in their own country. They feel like they are second class citizens in their own country. And so they've been fighting for separation, like being not being part of Nigeria. But of course, some of us don't agree with all of this, because Nigeria is a very unique country, and every one of us kind of have a way of strengthening each other. But some people don't see it that way. So the Igbos, they are like the Israelites. They are very industrious. They are into business. So they say wherever you go to in the world and you don't see an Igbo man there, know that that place is not safe to stay. So that's how the Igbos are, seen in the world and in Nigeria, basically.
Wow, that is incredible. That is pretty amazing. Is there a tradition to the tribe that's separate from the rest of the world?
Yes, like well, every tribe has their own traditions and beliefs and all of that. Like the Igbos, mm, they with Christianity coming into Nigeria and all of that, so many traditional beliefs have been, let put behind us and all of that. But some people still practice. I'm a Christian, so I don't really, delve into those traditions and all of that. But there are some traditions that still affect some Igbos in terms of marriage and maybe how you were born. Maybe if you're born out of wedlock, you have difficulties, being accepted in the community and all of that. Just some things like that that I don't, accept, and because I'm a
Right,
Christian,
right.
so yeah, I believe that God loves everybody equally. So
Her tradition, it was like that when they were younger. If you had children
yeah.
out of wedlock, you were looked at very different. And a lot of
Hmm.
times it created a lot of friction from your own family, like where
Yeah.
they kind of don't want to tarnish their name, because it was
Yeah.
all about like respect and pride in a sense. And
Hmm.
um, I know my mom, she has a sister who had a child, and that man, he left her for another woman, and they did not let her raise that child. She didn't actually have a relationship with that child until that child was well into her late 20s. But she would like work and send money and just do things for the child, but she was not allowed to have a relationship with that child. And that's like so crazy.
Wow. For us here, it's the opposite. Once you have a child, the man's people kind of would not want to associate with you, but and then so they leave the child for the woman to raise all by herself and all of that. So, but because of civilization in quotes, even though sometimes it doesn't really work for us and all of that, is you find out that the girl's parents will fight and make sure the man either gets married to the girl or somehow finds a way to pay child support. But it's very difficult. It's not in every situation. In fact, most times it's the girl who has to take the burden of, you know, taking care of that child or those children, depending on how many they are. And then the man just disappears and appears when the girl is all grown up or the child is all grown up and wants to claim right of, you know, being the father and everything. So it's a tough one on the women here in Nigeria.
I want to go into that. What is it like being a woman in Nigeria?
Hmm. We've come a long way because, wow, I love it. I love it. I've never really been in an interview like this, so I am glad to be part of this. Really, well, it's an interesting one because Nigeria is a very traditional place where um before the women were seen to always be in the kitchen, like they are they were not allowed to go to school, so their place was in the kitchen, and then the man has to do all the fending for the family and all of that. But now women are beginning to go to school. They are beginning to see that there's a need for them to be in school and all of that. And so you find career women, these days you find women in business, you find women in politics, even though it's still a battle for them to fit in because it's a men's world in politics and all of that. But you still find some strong women, going into politics. Some tribes still don't accept the fact that women should go to school. In fact, some like the Hausas, their women are not really allowed to come out in public. Some of their women, those who are not very educated, they are not allowed to be seen. So they cover up and all of that. So it's still something that is still being accepted in the society. But in the south and in the west, you see that girls are being allowed to go to school. There's women empowerment programs coming up. There's girl child education and all of that. So yeah, we have a lot of women coming up these days in Nigeria.
That is wow. Yeah, I know that in different traditions and in different nationalities and different places on earth to this very day in 2025, it is like that. Women do not have
Yeah,
a lot of rights. There's women that do not know how to read. There's women that do not even have the right to go to school. There is yeah, it's we still as women have a lot of work to do, in the world,
yes,
and
yes,
advocate
definitely,
for those women, because I feel like every girl deserves to be in school. Every girl deserves to learn,
definitely.
and every girl deserves to
Yeah.
read.
I mean, um, my mom is the sixth child out of 11 children, and like when she tells us her story, she says her father didn't want to train them in school, so it took a lot for her mom to put the girls in school, and eventually look at us today. We're benefiting from the fact that my mom actually went to school. So it's a good thing for a woman to actually be educated, to have a place in society, to be part of the society, and they kind of work better because they are women, they are homemakers, they are compassionate, so they bring a lot to the table when they are exposed to education and all of that. So for me, it's a win-win when a woman is educated and exposed to the world. It brings us so much.
Absolutely. I mean, even here in America, there is still a huge divide between a woman earning and a man earning. It is still a divide to this day. Like it is a division. It is also a division in culture, and people don't really like to speak on this, but it's true. Like you're not gonna a white person is going to make more money than a black person. And people will say,
Yeah,
well, no, they won't. Yes, they will. Like, yeah, we see it all the time. And
yeah,
it is, like I said, we still have a lot of work to do, in
yeah,
government, and we still have a lot of work to do as women because, like, even in America, women's rights, all of this stuff is still very fresh. So I kind of think
yeah,
this is definitely something that needs to be like light needs to be shed on it more, and figure out ways
yeah,
how to help in different circumstances, because there is a lot that
sure.
is still going on. And I agree with you. I feel like Women should be educated. Women should have rights. They should be able to choose, things that they want to do.
Definitely, definitely. And it's wonderful because these days you see women doing better than no offense to the guys, but a lot of women doing better than men these days. In fact, most families are being run, homes are being run by women, and you just find out that the society is better when you have a woman um, running the affairs of the home and any organization, in fact. So, apart from politics, I think in other sectors, women are doing well these days. Yeah, I was trying to explain how women are perceived in Nigeria, and like back in the days, we were not allowed to go to school. Women were not allowed to go to school. They were believed to just be uh, in the kitchen, cooking and all of that. But today, a lot of women are going to school, so we have a lot of professional ladies in different sectors, in the educational sector, in oil and gas, in different fields, even women who own their own businesses and all of that. And we still have some strong women in politics, even though there are not a lot of them, but they still go into politics. Yeah. So basically, women are doing what they know how to do best, now, and uh, which is a huge problem because recently, when couples travel abroad, you know, and they get to work, the women get to work over there. It's a problem because they are not used to their women, being working class ladies and all of that. So you find families breaking up and all of that. In fact, they've had to do it in movies, explaining how the tables turn when couples travel abroad and everything. So it's a huge, huge thing in Nigeria that women have to go to school and all. We still have tribes where, like the houses, the Muslims, where their women are not seen, they are not allowed to come out in public. Some of them, those who are called Muslims, they cover their faces, and they don't get to work. And in fact, in some communities, women are not allowed to even come outside of their houses. So we still have some core traditions in Nigeria that affect women a lot.
Wow, and this is still going on in 2025 in some traditions.
In 20, absolutely.
And and that's why like a lot of times like traveling is so imperative, cuz I kind of think like you're not really going to understand how things are at different places until you really see what other places look like, and like what's allowed and what's not allowed, and how culturally and traditionally things are different. And a lot of people don't believe it. They're like, oh no, that's not going on. Yes, it is still going on even now, and people will not know
Yeah,
that because they don't go outside of their perimeters to see it, or to even
yeah,
have an
sure.
experience of it. I have a friend who she is probably maybe about 26 right now. She's a missionary and she travels all over the world. She goes to some pretty dangerous places, if I may say so myself, preaching the
Yeah,
gospel. And she is really big on women's rights, and just
yeah.
all of the things that are going on in other cultures and traditions when it comes to women. And I mean, I commend her, because and she comes back with a lot of stories, and some of them are not well, some of them are
Yeah,
very difficult. And I mean, it's definitely challenging for a lot of women in different areas.
it is. Even as a Nigerian myself, there are certain states I can't go to and without covering my hair or without wearing a dress. I have to wear a long dress, cover my hands. Like after university, it's compulsory for every student to serve the country for 1 year. It's called the NYC program, National Youth Service Corps. So I was posted to the north, and I was posted to um, a very big school where it's called called Islamic State, and I was not allowed to wear trousers and open my hair. So I had to buy their kind of clothes, you know, and learn how to tie my face and all of that. So it happens. It's even here. You can't go to certain places as a Christian without, you know, uh, trying to fit into what they believe in. So it's happening. It's real. It's even in Nigeria. Even for us who are Nigerians, we still experience those kind of things.
And a lot of times, like I'll hear people who are in Islam in America, and they're like, "Oh, it's not like this." Yeah, it's of course not, because it's different here, because there's rules and regulations and laws here that govern you in a sense. You know what I'm saying? There's a
Yeah.
protection here, but there's other places that don't have that. There's a lot of places in the world
Yes.
where, like, the only person that rules are men, and they're like, their word
Yeah.
is the last word and what they believe. So
Mm-hmm.
I know that it goes on a lot. I just know that it's something that light has to be shed on, because this is somebody's reality. This is,
Yeah.
like, there is women who give birth or find out that they're having a daughter, and they are sad. They're not sad because, oh, I'm pregnant, I'm having a girl. They're sad because, like, what is her future going to look like?
Yeah.
You know?
It's something that happens in my tribe actually. Like when people have girls and there is no boy, you find out that the man becomes uncomfortable. The family starts to disturb. Some families will, trouble the woman and even go as far as getting another wife for the man because he has to have a boy, someone to carry his name. So it happens even in my tribe. Yeah. It's very, in fact, in my tribe is one of the things that is paramount. Like a woman has to give birth to a boy. And I don't know whether they don't, I mean, we've been taught that men are the ones who actually produce the eggs, not the eggs, I mean, like the sperm that gives birth to boys. And they don't see that. But they now blame it on the women and say, you have to give me a male child because someone has to carry my name. So you see homes breaking because of those kind of things. And you see women, going as far as having more than 4 children just to get a child, a male child for the husband. So it's happening. It's still happening even in Nigeria today. You see newly married couples, they have 1, 2 females, and the man is already like, I'm supposed to have a male child. I mean, you guys just got married, like give the woman a break, you know? But it's really big here. It's really big. Male child is a big thing in Nigeria.
Yeah, yeah, I believe it. And I mean, over history, it's been like that. Even like over history with kings and queens, it's always
Hmm.
been like that. They always made, you had to produce an heir. You had to produce somebody that can carry the family legacy. So that's something I feel like it's always going to be something that's going to be pretty imperative. I want to ask you, how is it living like in Nigeria? Like, what is the living conditions in Nigeria? Like, how is that? And how is it, like, let's just say somebody wanted to move to Nigeria and live there. How would that be?
I think living in Nigeria is actually nice because I've been privileged to go to visit Nairobi, Kenya, and their living condition is quite different from what we have here. So I still believe that we have like um relatively beautiful system that is working for us here. So you find out that landlords have how we pay rent yearly, so we don't pay monthly like other countries do. Well, and then Nigerians love to build, you know. So the average Nigerian who has made a lot of money will just build his or her mansion and just live in their homes and all of that. So it's actually easy to live in Nigeria. It's actually easy. It's an interesting place to be, you know. The living condition is okay as long as you have money. Not really like you have a lot of money, but at least you can find a place to pay for 6 months. You can find a place to pay for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, depending on how long you want to stay in the country.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. So, how did you get into content? Like, how did that journey begin for you?
Hmm. It wasn't like I wanted to be like a real content creator. I hmm, I I had to, because I do network marketing, and so it's important for you as a distributor to do your own adverts and make sure that you're making sales regardless of how um, difficult it is. So I decided to just, run adverts on social media. So I started making videos, and posting on Facebook and YouTube. Um, but at the time, I stopped because like the I wasn't getting like the kind of engagement I was looking for. So I thought it wasn't working for me. And then I decided to go into teaching, which I did for like 3 months. And I was like, no way, this is not for me because it's very stressful. You know, teaching, you go to school from 7 in the morning and you're closing by 4 p.m., 4:30. So you don't have time for yourself. You don't have time to do other things. And the pay is not like very good. And so I decided to come back to Facebook. Luckily for me, after I had stopped teaching in August this year, one of my friends now told me that she just got monetized. I'm like, for real? On this Facebook that we've all been, you know, for a long time. So I decided to come back to Facebook. That was in September this year, and started posting on Facebook. Basically, it wasn't really like I had intentions of being a content creator for real like that.
Right, right. That's awesome. How did you get involved with Get Money Meta? How was that process? How did that start for you?
So when I when I got on Facebook, and I was curious to know how it was, because we in Nigeria were not allowed to be monetized until you get like 10,000 followers. So we had like very strict rules for Facebook. So, but my friend now says she just got monetized with like 5,000 plus followers, and I was just at 700. So I'm like, where do I even start from? So I now saw a couple of groups, I think like two groups which I joined. One of them accepted me and the other one was pending for like some days. So I'm like, how do I grow my following? And then I kind of clicked on some other groups which I didn't even know one of them was Get Money Meta. So like I think a couple of days later, if not up to a week, I now got the um notification that I was accepted into Get Money Meta. So when I saw the logo, I'm like, when did I click on this group? Like it was looking very scary, very scary to me. The whole it looked like a Muslim attire. So I'm like, how have I joined, this Islamic, group or something? So when I
Not
came
Islamic. Oh my God.
So when I came into the group, I'm like, hello. It felt like I was in a different setting. The setting was so different from other groups. And I had to chat, I think, Errol, and I was like, I'm new here. I don't even know what to do. I'm here to grow my followers and engage. And immediately it was Veronica who reached out to me and was like, she's here. Then I saw my picture being posted. I'm like, wow, this is the place I need to be. And I was so excited to be part of Get Money Meta, really.
That's incredible. We're happy to have you. It truly is an incredible experience, and we accept everybody. We don't Get Money Meta doesn't put a emphasis on religion, race, um,
Yeah,
sex, anything like that. Because I mean, obviously, everyone is entitled to their own opinions and their own rights, their birthrights,
hmm,
whatever they believe they can believe in. So that's
yeah.
just something that we provide. How did you become an admin?
Okay. Like that was like a miracle to me. I don't know because I was just doing, what I know how to do best. I love like when I'm in a place and I observe what's going on. The fact that everyone was doing, this like a like together, it was interesting to me. And so I was like, okay, if I engage and I get the engagement back, so why don't I keep doing this thing? And so I was just doing my thing, and then you reached out to me and you
I
were like,
did.
we've considered you to be an and I'm like, what am I supposed to do as an admin? Like, I'm just new here, I don't even know what to do. And you told me that you would guide me and all of that. And I really, really love it because I love commitment. I love hard work. I'm someone who is committed to anything that I lay my hands to do. So once I joined and you gave me all the details about what to do, what not to do, I was like, good, this is where I need to be. And that was how I just, joined the group.
That's amazing. Yes, I saw the level of love that you showed, the support that you were giving others. Just you just were just out there doing it. I was like, you know what? I think she would be great, to be a part of this team and this community because it's so much more than a team. It is a family. I mean, we got
Mm.
so much stuff going on. So shout out to
Yeah.
Get Money Meta. Like it's literally it's just incredible. It's amazing everything that's available. So I am
Mm.
truly grateful for you and that you are with Get Money Meta, and I can't wait to see like all of the many things that you do within Get Money Meta, and just even like in your own personal pursuits and endeavors.
Mm. Like I'm so happy. It's not a all the time that you get the kind of support that you get from Get Money Meta. Like the other groups that I joined, they are not real. Like they will tell you, oh, join us, follow for follow engagement, and then once they get what they're looking for, they unfollow. Like it wasn't like something that they were committed to doing. And we Get Money Meta, you're committed, you see the passion, you see the love, you see the growth. Like it was just something. For me, it was the best place, and I really appreciate everybody there. I really love what everybody's doing, and I'm super excited and grateful to be part of the family.
And we're super excited and grateful to have you. I wanted to ask about your business and how that started for you, and if you can give the listeners kind of like an insight of what you do and what your like what your niche is, and the products that you provide and how people are able to get that from you.
Okay. So a lot of people don't really like uh, network marketing because of probably how they started and how the business runs. And when people put in their money and they don't get value for their money and all of that. But because I'm someone who, when I get into doing something, I like to study about what I'm doing so that I can give it my best. I had to do network marketing because I needed to prove to myself that I can make money on my own and provide for my children. Nigeria doesn't really give you too many room and too many opportunities to grow. It's actually a struggle to survive here, um, with so much unemployment, and less jobs available for people. So you find out that people are really struggling to make ends meet. And that's why somebody who has little money will not want it to waste. So for me, I decided to study the industry and decided to go into it. It's an industry where you can start with very little capital and then grow your finances once you're consistent and you're dedicated and you're determined. you know it's a business model that gives everybody an equal opportunity to make money through a leverage system. So we have companies that come into Nigeria with their different products and look for distributors to help market these products for them, and then they get paid commission, and um, they grow in the industry. So they have incentives where whatever level you get to, you are given those incentives. So if it's travel incentives and you get to a particular level, you get to travel. If it's car incentives, you get your car once you build your business to that level. It's not very easy, but it's something that everybody can do, because not everybody gets the chance to work in an oil company. Not everybody gets the chance to work in the banking sector. These are like the sectors that are available, and not everybody gets the chance to work in the government. So that little business, and because in Nigeria it's a lot to start a business. Like, you have to have a lot of money to start a business, because you have to rent a shop, buy products, stock up the shop, and all of that. So when these companies bring in their products and with little amount of money, pick a few items, you can start off with those few items and sell and get more, and get more people to know about the business, educate them, give them the product they also sell. So as they sell, you make money, and as your team grows, you make more money, and everybody just like that. So that's how network marketing runs, and that's how my business goes. So once I get money, I purchase some of these products, advertise them, get people to buy, get more people to see the value in the business, build a team, and all of that. It's a bit of a struggle, but what can we do? We have to do what we have to do to, you know, put food on our tables.
Absolutely. So, what are some of the products that you sell, that you provide?
Okay, so we basically have like supplements, um, and some perfumes, cosmetics. So whatever, like daily consumables. So we also have like toothpaste, pads and panty liners, body creams and all of those things. So whatever you can pick up in the range of items that you have. So we have a lot of supplements that they provide for people who are diabetic, people who have hypertension, people who have kidney issues and all of that. So with our little understanding, since they are supplements and they are organic products, they don't interfere with the English medicine that we have. So we kind of educate people on how to use some of these products, and that's how we sell our products to those people.
Okay. Well, I just want to make a disclaimer that I am not a doctor. We are not giving any health advice here. She
Sure.
sells products that are organic. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. Do you post this stuff like to your social media, like the products that you sell? Do you have a direct website, or how can somebody purchase from you?
Oh, I used to post those products on my Facebook, but sometimes, Facebook has a lot of rules and regulations, so some of those items are not allowed on Facebook. So what I do basically is kind of do more of recruitment for people who would join the business and all of that. So, and then we just do face to face marketing and sales. But for people who want to purchase the product, I can always like I had an opportunity to do like a business page on Facebook, but I had to close down the page because I didn't really know understand what I was doing at the time. But I still once in a while just do videos and explain some of these products or share other distributors who are very good at explaining the products. I share the videos with my um downlines and get them to advertise and distribute the products themselves.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, if when you do create that business page, make sure that you share it, or make sure you come back on the podcast, because if somebody's interested in some of these products or learning about them, do they just pretty much inbox you or get in contact with you on other social media platforms, or are you just on Facebook?
Yeah, they I make sure that I have my WhatsApp number on some of the adverts that I put out. So if someone is interested, they can just message me on WhatsApp and then I explain how they can get the items for now. Because it's actually not very easy for us to do sales, outside of Nigeria. Some countries we don't know how to sell outside, but I sell to the countries like Gambia, and I've had some products shipped to Canada, even though it took like I think 14 days.
Okay, well that's awesome. So if any of my listeners are wanting to learn more about the products that Zita has, or if there's any questions that you have, please reach out to her. She is on Facebook as Zita Okore, and you can reach out to her, and then she can give you further details about that. I want to ask how you balance it all out. How do you balance business and your personal life, and being an admin and also being a content creator? How do you find balance amongst all of it?
Okay, so basically we don't have a lot that we do here. I must say. So it's quite easy. Like for me, I like to plan my day. So once I get the girls in school as early as 7 a.m. in the morning and I get back home, and then I have from 8 o'clock till 3 o'clock to do all the things that I need to do. So I can be on Facebook for a couple of hours and then also do my marketing and all of that when I can between those hours. Once I pick up the girls from school, I try to shut down because I have to attend to them and do other things, and then maybe come back to Facebook before I close for the day. So it's quite easy for me because I'm not doing any 9 to 5 right now. It's only if you're like a 9 to 5 worker, so it's going to be very difficult, like putting all those things into perspective. But I basically don't do much. So when I drop them off at school, I have enough free time to be on Facebook and also, you know, do videos if I have to and all of that.
That's awesome. Well, hey, it's important, to take time, and obviously like make time and stuff like that for your kids. I love that you speak on that and separate that. What is your favorite way to unwind and relax after a long day?
So because we have a lot of one of the beauties. One of the things that I love about my country, Nigeria, is that we love to flex, if I'll use that word. We love to enjoy ourselves. We have a lot of meals, different, because we have, you know, very wide range of cultural um tribes and everything. So we have different kinds of food. So for me, the best way I can enjoy myself is if I'm having a well cooked meal. So we have different kinds of food, fried rice, jollof rice, eba and soup, like different kinds of food. So if I'm not eating, or maybe I'm not hanging out with my friends, I'm just probably lying down on my bed and scrolling through Facebook. I don't go out much. I don't like to go out a lot, because for me it's like, for my age now, I don't think I should be out there a lot. So I just, either I'm cooking or I'm just with my kids. That's basically what I do.
I wanted to ask, is there any advice that you want to give to our listeners? Is there anything that you want to let them know, or something, like the successes, the struggles, like the way that you have lived and things that you have been gone that you have went through? Do you have anything that you want to say, or maybe
Yeah,
somebody that is also starting out wanting to do content or possibly get into business? Do you have any advice for them?
sure. I have a lot of things to say to people. Probably, maybe I'd like to come back on this show when I, like, in another section, so I can encourage a lot of single moms. It's not very easy to be a single mom. So I have a lot of things to say in that aspect. But because I really am not there yet to talk about myself as a single mom, I would leave that part. But in terms of business, or being able to overcome all the day-to-day challenges that we face, you know, I would just say believe in God. I recently lost my very good friend. I don't easily um grieve, but that one hit me. So I've learned that you can't be too careful, and you can't also be, too out there. Just take it one day at a time and put your health first. It's very important to put your health first, and once you turn 40 and above, you find out that your body changes. The way your body was when you were 35, the way your body was when you were 25 is very different. So you have to, stay hydrated as much as you can. Um, for a country like ours, where the medical sector is really, really not very good, you find out that a lot of sectors are not working in Nigeria. The educational sector, the medical sector, schools, a lot of things are not working. And most of our doctors are leaving the country to go, find greener pastures outside of Nigeria. So when you fall ill and then you go to the hospitals, you find out that because you don't have money to pay for your hospital bills, you get neglected. A lot of people die in the hospital. So for me, I would advise my people, because I don't know how people live outside of Nigeria, but they should take their health seriously. It's very important. You know, those little things that we take for granted, like eating healthy meals, it's very difficult in Nigeria. I haven't even gone into details about how life is difficult here, but you find out that people can't even afford quality meals, you know. And I just say, just find a way to have at least fruits and vegetables as much as you can, cut down on the carbs, and then do what you can to have a legit business working for you. A lot of people also tend to go the other way, to make money, to scam people, to steal from people. That's why I do network marketing. Even though some of the companies that come into Nigeria are not trusted, well trusted companies, but at least once you master the company that is providing you with all the services, it's better for you that you're selling an item than you're going into prostitution or you're scamming someone online. So for me, I would just say find something you can do that is legit. Um, Learn about it. Every profession has a skill. Learn about that's the skill to sell or to be the best that you can be in that profession. Give it your best. The Bible says that once you're diligent in what you're doing, you stand before kings and men. And I think that, like when I said walking into Get Money Meta group was a miracle for me, because I had been on social media for a long time and I didn't know how to hack, you know, the ways to gain followers and gain attractions, and but I was consistent. I didn't give up on what I was doing. I believed in myself. I believed in my commitment, power, and all of that. So when it was easy for me to locate a group that is genuine, a group that is passionate about growth and success and all of that. So once I recognized it and I said to myself, this is where I need to be, this group will help me achieve my goal. This group, whatever it is that I'm giving, I believe that I'll receive it here. So once you're consistent, once you are determined, once you are dedicated, and then you believe in God, He has a way of opening up doors and windows for you and bringing your blessings in ways that you can't even understand. So it's just important for you to just be committed in whatever you're doing and believe in God, and then the rest, He will work it out for you. So that's basically my advice. And this is just something that has happened to me. um God has blessed me in I've not, gotten my big break, but I know that every step that I take, I see Him working out things for me. I see Him leading me in the right direction. I see Him just guiding me and making things happen for my success. So whatever it is that anybody's doing, just be committed. Don't look at what you can stand to get. Just put in your best, be focused, and before you know it, the rest is history. That's it.
I love that. Thank you for saying that. That is very true. People don't really understand how somebody else's circumstances are, how your health is your wealth. It is very important to take care of yourself, to put the right things in your body. Like you said, every age is different. And as you
Yeah.
start getting older, it's even more imperative to take better care of yourself. So I agree with you wholeheartedly with that. I wanted to ask, how can our listeners find you? Are you just on Facebook? Or are you also on other social media platforms?
Yeah, I am on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, but I really don't know how to use all of these social media platforms. So I kind of struggle with all of them. But I'm on YouTube as Zita Angel of Hope. I'm on TikTok, I think as Caramel Z. Yeah, and I'm also on Instagram. So I'm on all the platforms, but I'm focused on Facebook for now.
Thank you for so much. Thank you so much for coming on. It was truly a pleasure to have you. I thank you for your bravery. I know we're definitely going to have a part two at some point, get you to come
Mhm.
back so we can go into further details because I know that there's a lot of things that I can't ask, and that's okay, due to the circumstances. But I just want to say thank you so much for joining me tonight, for your bravery. for your kindness. You are light. You know, you are one of the sweetest people that I know. I'm grateful that you are a part of Get Money Meta. You're an incredible mother in person, and I honestly just wish you the absolute best.
Thank you so much for having me. I really, really appreciate this interview. I've never had to talk about myself. And at a point, I think I remember giving up. But I'm glad because I believe that every step you take leads you to another place. And who
It
knows,
does.
maybe this interview would inspire someone, and it has actually inspired me. I look forward to another interview where I think I'll be bolder to be able to, you know, talk about more things about myself and all of that. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
we
grateful.
gotta learn. We gotta be able to learn from one another. Being that you are in another country, your realities are different than maybe some of us who are in another country. So, like, it's good for us to learn, like, the differences, the upbringings, the traditions, the cultures, because um, it's imperative for all of us to have understanding. And I don't think that we're ever too old or too young to learn.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I think it's important for us to shed light on people's lives. Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody may think like, oh, like it's my life, but your life has value, your life has purpose. God has already given that. So I just kind of feel
Yeah,
like other people can learn from your life. Other people can be inspired by your story. They can be inspired by your resilience, your grit, and your drive. Because at the end of the day, it's somebody somewhere right now that's questioning a lot of things about their own lives. So if
sure.
we can bring
Yeah,
hope, we can bring a safe space, we can bring structure, family, then that's why not? Because
yeah,
everybody's voice needs to be heard.
sure, sure, definitely.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me, Zita. If anybody is able, you are able to go on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Zita is on all platforms. Right now, she utilizes Facebook under Zita Okore. Thank you to all my listeners. I just want to say I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for always hopping on and always supporting me. And Zita, I hope you have yourself a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining.
You too, thank you. It's midnight for me. It's 1:20 a.m. So I'll just go straight to
Oh,
bed.
all right. Well, you get
Yeah,
you some rest and then we'll talk with you tomorrow.
sure.
All
Bye.
right. Good night.